In today's video, we delve into the recent decision by the Trump administration to revoke the ambitious target of 50% electric vehicle sales by 2030, a move that has sent shockwaves through the auto industry and environmental circles alike. We'll explore what's at stake as funding for EV charging infrastructure is frozen and emissions rules are reevaluated. Join us as we discuss the potential fallout for automakers, including Tesla, and the broader implications for consumers, the market, and our environment. 1. Revocation of 50% EV sales target. The first major move from Trump was the rescindment of the 2021 executive order that aimed for EVs to make up 50% of new vehicle sales by 2030. This target was seen as ambitious but necessary by many, including both US and foreign automakers. It was a beacon for the industry, guiding investment and innovation in electric technology. However, with this target now eliminated, the direction and pace of EV adoption have been thrown into uncertainty. Automakers who had aligned their strategies with this goal are now left to reassess their plans, potentially slowing down the momentum built over the past few years. 2. Freezing of EV charging infrastructure funds. In addition to revoking the sales target, Trump has frozen unspent federal funds that were earmarked for expanding the nation's EV charging infrastructure. An extensive and reliable charging network is crucial for the widespread adoption of EVs. Without it, potential buyers might hesitate to purchase electric cars, fearing a lack of charging options during long journeys. This freeze threatens to hinder the development of a comprehensive network, which would have made EVs more accessible and convenient for everyday use. The delay in infrastructure development could have long-lasting impacts on consumer confidence in electric vehicles. 3. Reevaluation of emissions rules. The administration is also planning to reconsider emissions regulations that would have required automakers to sell between 30% to 56% EVs by 2032. This reevaluation introduces a significant level of uncertainty for manufacturers. These rules were designed to push the industry towards greener technologies, ensuring that automakers contribute to reducing greenhouse gas emissions. With these regulations in question, manufacturers may be less inclined to invest in electric technology, potentially stalling advancements in vehicle efficiency and sustainability. The lack of clear guidelines leaves the future of emissions standards hanging in the balance. 4. Potential impact on EV tax credits. While not directly addressed, there is growing concern that federal tax credits for EV buyers may be on the chopping block. These credits, which can reach up to $7,500, have been a significant incentive for consumers considering the switch to electric vehicles. The potential removal or reduction of these credits could make EVs less affordable, thereby discouraging potential buyers. Without financial incentives, the higher upfront cost of electric vehicles compared to traditional cars might deter consumers, slowing down the rate of adoption and impacting the market's growth. 5. Automaker strategic shift. In response to these policy changes, companies like Stellantis are reassessing their U.S. strategies. For instance, Stellantis has delayed the launch of new electric models, such as the Jeep Recon. Automakers are now faced with the challenge of navigating an uncertain regulatory landscape, which impacts their planning and investment decisions. The shift in strategy may slow down the introduction of new electric models, reducing the variety of options available to consumers. This strategic reassessment reflects the broader uncertainty within the industry, as manufacturers grapple with changing policies and market conditions. 6. Threat to Tesla's revenue stream. Tesla, a leader in the electric vehicle market, is facing potential threats to its revenue stream due to these policy changes. Tesla has significantly benefited from selling regulatory credits to other automakers, a practice that is now under threat as emissions targets are relaxed. With reduced demand for these credits, Tesla's financial model could be impacted, potentially affecting its ability to fund future innovations and expansions. This change highlights the interconnected nature of the automotive industry, where policy shifts can have ripple effects across different players and business models. 7. Legal challenges anticipated. The revocation of EV targets and potential changes to state-level emissions waivers are expected to face legal challenges. States like California, which have been at the forefront of setting stricter emissions standards, may oppose these federal changes. Environmental groups are also likely to step in, advocating for the maintenance of stricter standards to combat climate change. Legal battles could ensue as these groups seek to preserve progress made in reducing emissions and promoting cleaner technologies. The outcome of these challenges could shape the future regulatory environment for electric vehicles in the U.S. 8. Market uncertainty. The policy reversals have introduced a high level of uncertainty into the EV market. Investors and innovators may hesitate to commit resources to electric vehicle technologies amidst unclear regulations. This uncertainty can stifle innovation, as companies are less willing to take risks without a clear understanding of future market conditions. A slowdown in investment could hinder advancements in EV technology, delaying the development of more efficient, affordable, and appealing electric vehicles. The market's growth and evolution might be impeded, affecting both consumers and manufacturers alike. 9. Consumer impact. For consumers, these policy changes could translate into higher costs when considering EV purchases. The potential reduction in incentives and the uncertainty surrounding emission standards might lead to increased prices for electric vehicles. Consumers who were previously attracted by the financial benefits of switching to EVs may reconsider their options. The combination of higher costs and fewer incentives could slow down adoption rates, impacting the overall demand for electric vehicles. The consumer market, once poised for rapid growth, now faces challenges that could alter its trajectory. 10. Environmental implications. Finally, the environmental implications of these actions are significant. The transportation sector is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, and the shift towards electric vehicles was seen as a critical step in combating climate change. With these policy changes, efforts to reduce emissions may be compromised, potentially leading to increased pollution levels. The long-term environmental goals set by previous administrations could be at risk, affecting global efforts to address climate change. This shift in policy underscores the complex and multifaceted nature of environmental challenges, where progress is often contingent on consistent and coordinated action.